Hi, my name is Christy. Thank you for joining me today for another Vinyasa Yoga. So we're going to go ahead and start lying down on our backs today. We're still working the lower body, so we're going to be working the lower chakra system here, our energetics going downward. So we're going to go ahead, lie back, and I'm going to go ahead and start you with some breath work. So once you get down on your mat, I would like you to place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, and just start to become aware of the breath here. So just following that breath. It can be your normal breathing pattern here. No need to manipulate it just yet. So take an inhale, take an exhale. Paying attention to your breath. If you have shallow breathing here, maybe you have a quicker exhale and a longer inhale. Or maybe a shorter inhale and a longer exhale. So just becoming aware of your breathing here. And then I want you to go ahead and start to draw that inhale and exhale a little bit deeper here, taking in as much air as you can, and then trying to release everything back out of the body on the exhale. So big deep breath in, big deep breath out. Maybe on the exhale here as we start our practice, start to exhale. Maybe you sigh it out with your mouth open wide here, just releasing any tension that you could have built up in the body today. Now, as you're lying down on your backs, I want you to become aware of the arms and the shoulders here. Maybe relax them, melting the shoulder blades a little bit deeper into your mat. If it's uncomfortable to have your legs extended all the way out, you can draw your knees up and have your heels resting on the earth. Very nice. Let's just do 5 cycles of this breath before we change our pattern a little bit more. Feeling the breath rise up to the crown of the head here, and on the exhale, imagine it rolling down the back of the legs, and out of the feet. Now, as I become into this Viloma breath and I start to teach this to you, what I want you to do is focus on this breath. So this just helps the mind relax here. It helps awaken the parasympathetic nervous system, and it's going to help you release some anxiety if you happen to suffer from that. And, you know, even depression, this is a great breath here to practice just to help kind of ease that tension that you could be holding in your mind here in your mental health. So let's go ahead. And Viloma breath, there's a couple ways you can do this. I'm going to walk you through the first way. We're going to inhale, and with each inhale, I want you to pause about 3 times with a little pause, inhale, pause, and then deeply exhale and release it all out. So you're going to inhale, and inhale, pause. Now you can do about 5 to 10 cycles of this breath. If you start to see that it's causing you more stress and anxiety and it's having the opposite effect of what we'd like it to do, you can go back into that deep belly breath here and just focus on that belly expanding and then deflating and the chest rising and falling. If you'd like to stay with your Viloma breath here, or your ladder breath that it is also known as, you can start, instead of having the 3 pauses with the inhale, you can work your way up to 5, and then release with that long exhale. If If you feel that you would rather go back to the deep belly breath, you may do so. Let's just do about another 5 rounds here. Now on your last breath here, exhale completely and deeply out. And then I want you just to come back into that normal breathing pattern of the deep inhale and the deep exhale here. So not really manipulating the breath in any way. Maybe just keeping that long inhale and exhale, which is, for your comfort here. So it doesn't have to be an extremely long inhale. You don't have to have any certain counts to this. Let it be effortless. Very nice. Very good. We're going to go ahead and get into our practice here. So as you're lying down on your back, we're going to just start by bringing that right knee into the chest here. That left leg is extended out. Let's go ahead and raise that right leg up towards the sky here, kind of like you're standing on the sky or standing on your ceiling. I had a cat who was trying to join me for practice. Very nice. Now I know that this is our first little leg warm up here, so keep a deep bend in the knee and maybe press that thigh into your belly. So having your arms here, pull that leg in. Very nice. Now try to keep that left hip pressed to the earth. I know it's going to want to rise up as you're pressing that right leg into the belly. Very nice. Now I want you to go ahead, bend that left knee, drawing the sole of the foot to the earth on the left side. Take that left hand out and try to push your way up or rock up. Very nice. Coming up into a little seated. Chest is opened. Very nice. Maybe start to straighten that leg a little bit more, pulling it in closer. Then I want you to cross that right ankle over that left knee, coming into a seated pigeon. So go ahead and walk yourself up a little bit more, nice and tall through the chest. Maybe take that right knee and press it a little bit forward here so you're really feeling that stretch down the leg. Nice, big breath in, bend out. Now I want you to go ahead, take the fingertips and point them back towards your tailbone here. So your hands are going to be about a hand width back behind you, and we're going to do a little pigeon tabletop. So exhale as you draw that chin back, draw the hip up, keeping the foot flexed here. Very nice. Exhale, release it down. Then this time I want you to come all the way back down, gently to the back. Very nice. Uncross the foot here on that right side. Draw that left up to meet it. Let's go ahead and take our hands to prayer position. Now we're going to draw those fingertips up towards the toes. So those toes, I want them flexing here like you're trying to pull them back towards your thighs. Very nice. Maybe let those shoulder blades lift slightly as you're drawing your prayer up towards your feet. Good. Now release that right leg down. Keep that left leg up. Go ahead, have that deep bend, and I want you just to pull that thigh towards that chest or towards your belly. Try to keep that right hip pressed to the earth here. Rooting down, feeling the root chakra here, pressing into the earth. Very nice. Now go ahead, either rock yourself up to that little seated position or take a hand to press up to seated. Start to straighten that leg a little bit more, pulling it towards you. Very nice. Shoulders back and down. And let's go ahead, cross that left ankle over the right knee. We're going to come into that pigeon. So again, draw your hands slightly back, and then I want you to shift the chest forward. You're going to hinge at the hips here. And again, maybe you take that knee, just rotate it down just slightly here, just to feel that stretch a little bit deeper in that root. Very nice. Again, take your hands now, fingertips pointed towards your low back. Take it about a hand behind you. Really press through, draw that knee forward on the exhale. Tabletop. Take another breath. Exhale, release it down. This time I want you to stay up, coming into Baddha Konasana here, your cobbler's pose. Inhale, exhale, hinging at the hips here as you start to melt forward. And then you can start to round through that back. Now, we all are in our own different journeys here in our yoga practice. So you may not look like me, or I may not look like some of you. So if you need to go deeper, you can walk your hands out, kind of like you're pulling yourself to hinge forward. If going deeper is not what you're wanting today out of your practice, you can always take your elbows here, just to press your knees slightly down, just to feel that stretch a little bit more. Or if you have access to yoga blocks at home, you can place them under your knees here to help keep the knees lifted as you stay in this cobbler position with a nice tall spine. So I want that crown right over the tailbone here. Okay, straight as possible. So you pick what you're needing out of this practice today, and we're going to go ahead and hold this for 2 more breaths. Bring it in, and bring it out. Very nice. Beautiful job. Let's go ahead. We're going to take our right leg, extend it out, coming to the side of the mat here. So I'm going to scoot just a little bit. Good job. Our left foot's going to stay in, so don't worry. We're going to be up. We're going to meet the body up. We're just warming up that lower half real quick before we come on up. Inhale, rise. Exhale, let's go ahead, lengthening through that left side. Now I want you to pull back on that thumb. It's really like if I was there with you today. I'm taking your thumb and I'm pulling it back slightly. So I'm really opening up that rib cage because you're going to be rotating that rib cage back as well. So really feeling the lengthening through the oblique. Take this 2 more breaths. Very nice. Let's go ahead. Inhale it up. Exhale, counter stretch. Take that right hand over to the left. Again, like I'm pulling back on that thumb, opening up that right rib cage. Toes still point and flex towards you like you're trying to pull them up towards your hip. Inhale, coming back to center. And then exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips first. Again, you always have that option to stay up or melt forward. Again, as you're rooting down and you're trying to push forward, I want you to really try to keep those sit bones pressed. I know they're going to want to lift, and that's okay. You're going to have a little bit of a natural lift here as you hinge forward. But I want you to try to keep them pressed, but then also really walk those fingertips. So you're going to feel that lengthening here along the back, feeling the stretch in the spine, feeling the stretch in those shoulders. 1 more breath. And then go ahead, walk yourself up to a seated position. We're going to have to go to the other side now, even it out. So extend that left foot, keeping that heel flexed. Good job. Draw that right heel into the inner thigh. Inhale it up. Exhale, really reaching over towards that back leg. Very nice. Left side. Now again, pull back like I'm pulling back on your thumb, opening up your rib cage here. Very nice. Breathing through it. If you find yourself getting a little bit uncomfortable here, just breathe. Coming back to the breath, trying to calm that body down. Go ahead, inhale it up. Exhale, a little counter twist. Keep that foot flexed. Reach that left arm. And again, try to keep the sit bones pressed to the earth, rooting down. Rotating, pulling back on that thumb. Inhale, drawing it back up. This time, exhale, interlace the hands, press the chest out. Try to draw the palms together if that's possible for you. Now, if it's not, that's all right. The goal is to eventually have those hands pressing together. Now, if this is even hard for you to even try to interlace the hands, if you have access to a yoga strap, or even if you have resistant bands or a sock, you can go ahead and have that to hold on to, and slowly just start to walk yourself, your hands closer together, to really try to get into this bind. Now again, if you like to melt it forward, you can. One more breath, and then we're going to inhale up. Exhale, releasing those hands. Very nice. Cross at the ankles, coming into that foreleg, or into our little box here. So drawing our hands over our wrists. Our knees are going to be over the hips. Let's go ahead, take a couple cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly, and exhale, release. Untucking the toes, drawing that chin in. Inhale, tuck. Exhale, release. Let's go ahead and do 3 more. Very nice. On your next inhale, let's come back into a neutral spine. And I want you just to do a little circle here. So really rounding through the back, little hip circles. You've got 3 more. Inhaling and exhaling here. Inhale, exhale. So you're coming through the cat, you're coming through the cow. Let's go ahead and circle it the other direction here. Really inhaling and releasing tension your body has built up. Or maybe something that you're carrying on. Learning how to let it go today. On your next inhale, let's come back into a neutral spine. Tuck the toes here. And let's shift into that down dog. Very nice. Your gaze here is up towards the thumbs. I'm just going to go ahead and bend the knees in and out here. Walking the dog out. Waking up that root. Waking up the legs. Very nice. And let's go ahead, inhale, rise with that right foot. Exhale, drawing that knee into the chest, holding it out. Inhale, press it up. Exhale, pulling it in. Inhale, press. Exhale, pulling it in, this time planting the foot at the top of the mat here. You're in that high runner's lunge, giving yourself that moment to pause. Really try to shift that left hip down so you're really feeling that stretch. Chest is lifted. Very nice. Go ahead, release the back leg, untuck the toe, inhale it up. And exhale, I want you to twist and open it up towards that right side. Inhale, draw the hands back up. Exhale, open it up now towards your left. The whole time, keep that left hip pressing forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, twist. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach. And exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. I want you to go ahead, frame that, or tuck the back toe, lifting it up, and we're just going to go ahead, shift into a forward fold triangle here. So straighten that front leg. Very nice. You can have a deep bend in that front leg. And then on your exhale, let's go ahead and turn to that left long edge of the mat. Your heels are going to come in, big toes are going to point out. Maybe you walk the feet in just a little bit here, just drawing your feet a little wider than hip width. And we're going to sink that tailbone down, coming into that Vinyasa here, that Yogi Squat. Now again, if you have access to a yoga block, maybe a yoga bolster, or even some pillows here, you can place it under that tailbone, because what I want you to do is you're not going to want this. You're not going to want to lift up in the glutes, lift up in the hips. You're going to want the knees pointing up. You're going to want the knees, very nice. So they're going to be slightly past the ankle here, but not over the big toe. You're going to have that tailbone really sinking down. Now I want you to open up that left arm, bring the right arm up, and you can reach it back here to have that rotation, opening up, lengthening again through that side body. You can come into a bind here. So what I really want, so I'm going to do it on the other side just so you can see on the camera, but you're going to take the hand around the knee, and I can't reach, but you'll see what I'm trying to get to here. So again, if you have that yoga strap or the t-shirt or a resistant band, that would be a good thing to use here. So if your hand can't come behind here, if you have any shoulder injuries, it can just be up over the shoulder. Let's go ahead and draw and exhale back into Vinyasa, placing those hands down. Let's go ahead, wide-legged forward fold. So turn those toes to where they're pointing towards the mat. We're no longer turning them out. And we're just going to inhale, halfway lift, exhale, release. And let the head hang heavy here. Maybe you start to sway side to side. It's okay to even let your hips rock in here too with the sway. Maybe you turn that head yes and no. Releasing that tension. Being content here where you're at in your practice today. Practicing Santosha here, contentment. Contentment with your yoga journey. Contentment with what's going on in your life. Releasing that heaviness, releasing what isn't serving you. Now let's go ahead, halfway lift again, turn those toes back out, heels back in, coming into that Vinyasa again. So sinking that tailbone down, bringing the hands to prayer. Very nice. Fingertips into the sternum. And then when you're ready, you can either stay here or you can open up again with that right hand this time, left arm up, or bringing it back behind. Very nice. Holding this for 2 more breaths. On that exhale, we're going to go ahead, shift it back into that Trikonasana forward fold here. Step back into plank, your Vinyasa. So we're going to shift our shoulders over the wrist. Vinyasa down, Chaturanga. Keep those elbows in. Inhale, little baby cobra here, or up dog. Exhaling, rolling over the toes, coming back into down dog. Very nice. Maybe the legs here, we've been really working with that whole lower half of the body. So maybe you're able to draw those heels closer to the earth. Knees start to straighten a little bit here. Keep a light little bend in them. Very nice. Let's go ahead, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, drawing that knee in. Very nice. Pulling that core in, really tucking it in. Inhale, reach with that left leg. And exhale, drawing it in. Very nice. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw it in. Planting that foot down. Runner's lunge, pressing that right hip forward, light on the fingertips. Very nice. Breathing through as we start to move a little bit more. Releasing that lower back leg. Very nice. Inhale, reach. Low crescent. Exhale, twisting. Let's open up towards that left side. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, releasing to the right, opening that chest. Inhale up. Exhale, release. exhale, let's open it up one more time. Inhale. Very nice. Let's go ahead and release this. Tuck that back toe. Come back into that runner's lunge. This time, step it back. Vinyasa again here. Chaturanga down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We're going to inhale, lift that leg, right leg up. Exhale. This time, drop that knee to the outside of the leg here, a little tricep. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drawing it again to that bicep and tricep. And again. So you want to really try to reach the tricep here, outside. Plant it, coming into a little lizard pose here. We're going to release that back leg. So we're actually going to do a few cat-cows in this position. So we're going to round the back, and then we're going to press it up into lizard and reach. And again, round it through and release. Very nice. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and just stay here for a moment. Feeling that stretch. Toe can point slightly out, feel slightly in. If it feels good, you can even drop that leg open, dropping the knee out, coming onto the side of the foot. Very nice. When you're ready, let's inhale. Bring that leg back to center, so heel toe it to center. Bring the foot, tuck that back toe, step it back into plank, shift into down dog. Let's take a couple breaths here. Sighing it out if that feels good to you. Really pressing and rooting with the palms. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, draw that knee to the tricep here, maybe rounding a little bit through that upper back, creating that cobra hood here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, drawing it up. Very nice. Inhale. And exhale. Last exhale. Hold it, and plant that foot to the outside of that left hand. And then go ahead, releasing it down. Woo, it feels so good. Feeling that stretch in the hip flexors here. Now again, remember that exhale, rounding. Inhale, tuck the toes, little arch in the back as you look up. So we're cat-cowing here in lizard. Exhale. Inhale. Very nice. Exhale. We're going to do one more. Very nice. Exhale, releasing it. Giving that moment here to really go into this lizard pose. If you'd like to come to the side of the left foot and press the knee out, dropping the knee down, you can. Very nice. Inhale, let's go ahead, heel toe that back into the center. Bringing the foot, step back into plank position here, your vinyasa, or you can always rest in a down dog or a child's pose. Very nice. On your next exhale, I want you to go ahead, either step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, root to rise, drawing those hands up. Exhale at heart center. Very nice. Take a breath and release it out or side out. Very nice. Inhale and one more. Inhale, rise. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping or hop back into plank position here. This time, chaturanga all the way down. Releasing that, coming into a little Sphinx Pose here, drawing those elbows right underneath of the shoulders, pressing with the palms, lifting that chest, lifting that throat space, keeping those toes down. Very nice. Breathing through. Very nice. And relaxing it down. Now we're going to relax all the way down. Draw those hands out. I have my little spider fingertips here. So spider fingertip it, tips of the hands onto the mat. Go ahead, place the forehead or that left cheek to the earth. And then we're going to bend that right leg. And then we're going to draw that foot over the left leg. So it's kind of like you're doing a little wild thing pose here, but you're prone, you're on your belly. If this is uncomfortable for your head, now you can always take your left hand and have your head resting on it. But I really at least want that right hand stretching and reaching. So you're getting a little spinal twist, but you're getting a nice little stretch in the arms, shoulders, chest. When you're ready, let's go ahead. Inhale, coming back into center pose here. Keep that leg bent. I'm going to go ahead and draw my hands back into a Sphinx Pose. And I'm going to reach my right hand back to grab the tops of the toes here. Or if you only can grab the side of your calf, that'll work too. We're going to go ahead and just try to pull that glute into the heel. So really stretching the front of the leg. To come in differently, maybe a little deeper into this pose, you can draw that elbow up. It'll also stretch out your shoulder if you draw your elbow up as well. So pick what's comfortable for you here. I like to hook mine on the inside of my elbow, and that's what works for me. So again, we're all at different journeys in our yoga practice, so drawing that contentment and that santosha into where we're at. Again, releasing all that heaviness or maybe that grudginess that you just have hanging around, just letting it go today. That's what this practice is about. Exhale, release. Inhale again. Let's go ahead and draw those legs out, or those arms out long to a T. Rest that right cheek to the earth. Bend with a flexed foot here in that left knee. And then go ahead, and now you'll start to point your toe. And then go ahead and draw that left toe over that right leg. Very nice. Now your sole, your foot, it might reach to the earth here, or you might just have a little toe, or it may not reach at all, and that's okay. Very nice. One more breath. On that exhale, let's release back onto the chest here. Drawing into Sphinx Pose. Keep that left foot bent. We're going to reach back to the foot here. Now again, either drawing that elbow up or keeping it down below, or like I like to do, hooking it to the inner elbow. So hooking my foot into the inner elbow. And also another thing you can do, again, with that yoga strap, if you happen to have one, if you're having a hard time reaching back to bring that leg up, you would always take that yoga strap around the foot and then pull with the yoga strap. So there's lots of options to come into this pose. Now let's go ahead and keep that palm grounded to the earth here. Just feeling the energy connection. Very nice. Let's go ahead and release. Take the hands under the armpits. Try to push up into a plank pose here, and then shift it into down dog. Very nice. Let's go ahead and just take the hips from right to left. Keep that third eye center gaze up towards the thumbs here. So don't look down at your feet. Very nice. On your next exhale, let's go ahead, either step or hop through the feet here, coming into a position with the feet all the way out in front of you. Very nice. Drawing those toes in. I want you to press the palms, coming into staff pose. Draw the toes up. Try to lift the heels, lifting the chest, pressing through with the palms. And exhale, release, pointing the toes. Hinging at the hips, let's forward fold. Very nice. Now we're going to come into a little arm balancing. All right, so this might look a little different. We're going to try the 8-limb path here. So we're going to warm up the leg and the hip joint first. But let's go ahead and take that foot up. So I want you to try to lock that elbow, or the knee, into the inside of that right elbow. Very nice. Now I want you to try to eventually get this leg parallel. So it's kind of like a reverse pigeon if you're thinking about it. Because in pigeon, you're just forward on the mat, this leg's back. So this time it's in front of you. Now if you can, we're going to take the toe, press it into the bicep here, and then try to have it also folding that elbow. So you've got the inner elbow folds, nice and lifted through the chest. I want a nice tall alignment with the spine. So if you saw me just straighten up, not slouching, not pulling those shoulders, not really trying to get it. I know, again, we're all different with our flexibility and with our bodies. So yeah, nice and tall. Now it's okay if you're not here. You might just be here, and this might be enough for you today. That's fine. And if you don't want to try that 8-limb path either, it's okay just to stay into the stretch. So listen to your body, calming yourself down here, not working yourself up, but I'm giving you something different. Now we're going to start to bring this foot up, hooking the inside of that knee up on the shoulder. All right, so this is where it's going to get a little tricky. We're going to have our hands down. So before I get into this, we'll start to shift our shoulders over the wrist like we do in Chaturanga. So there's a reason for all those sun salutation A's. So we're going to have it here, and we're going to start to shift and draw that leg out. Now this might be enough, or you can start to straighten. Now one side's always worse for me than the other, so feel what feels good. If you want to give it another try, you can. When you're ready, we'll all meet with our legs out in front of us. And we're just going to windshield wiper the feet. And we're going to draw the heels in, a little bit wider here, about this, the width of the mat. We're going to take the knees over to the right. Keep the chest facing forward, but feeling that stretch down the hips. Inhale, exhale to the left, drawing those knees over to the left. Chest is forward. Inhale, coming back to center. This time extend the right leg. We got to even it out. So even if you didn't go into the arm balance here, that's all right. Either cross that foot or take it on top of the thigh, or if we can get it up across the chest here, kind of like we're cradling a little baby here, or like a puppy, or maybe even a kitten. Take that knee to the inside of that left elbow, foot to the inside of the right elbow. Now sometimes I like to rock here. It just helps sometimes to loosen up my hip flexors, releasing any tension that I might be carrying in my hips or tightness. And then when you're ready, we're going to take this up, hooking it over the shoulder, taking the hands down, and it will start to kind of slip, you'll notice. We're going to start to hinge forward, and again, you can stay here, or start to come out, and come straight out. Now if you fall out of it like I did, you can try again if you like. Or you can say, no, she's crazy, we're not going to try that. My watch is what's messing with my wrist on this side. Whew. All right. So who's ready for a good stretch now? Releasing that. Let's go ahead. Have the feet back out. We're going to take the hands back behind us. Go ahead and point the fingertips towards the back of the mat. I want you to rock slightly back and rock slightly forward. Fingertips can come up. Bringing it back. Open the chest. Maybe drop the head this time. This time drawing it in. Keep the hands back. So feel the shoulders separating from the ears. Feet are still flexed. Very nice. Inhale all the way up. Coming into a comfortable cross-legged position. Drawing those hands out in front. So if you tried the arm balancing with me, even if you didn't, this is going to be beneficial on the wrist. But if you did do the arm balancing with me, we definitely need this one. Draw the fingertips towards you. Press slightly forward. Very nice. Feeling the stretch in the wrist and the back of the forearm. Breathing through. And exhaling it out. Very nice. Let's go ahead. Take the fingertips pointing in towards each other here, but the tops of the hands to the mat. And I want you just to gently rock side to side here, kind of like a little gentle massage for the wrist. Rocking side to side, breathing in. Very nice. Maybe this time walk your hands out about a hand width in front of you. I want you to bend at the elbows as you clench into a fist. And release and opening it up. So exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Becoming aware of the breath again. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale it up. Exhale, walking those hands. I want you to walk it over to the right side here. Again, we're lengthening through that side body, that oblique, lifting the rib cage up out of the hip. I want you to press that left hip towards that back left side of the mat. So I want you to feel like you're pressing down. Now again, imagine me if I was in your living room. I'm pressing down that left hip, so you're getting the most out of the stretch as you're reaching with those fingertips. So if I could assist you, I probably would press down on that left hip as I start to strengthen and lengthen. So not strengthening, but pulling and lengthening on the fingertips here. So you're really feeling that side body stretch. Very nice. Let's go ahead. On that next exhale, we're going to walk it over to the left side. Pressing that right hip now down and back. Again, imagine me pressing down on that right hip crease. And lengthening through that right fingertips. I'm pulling on the fingertips here. You're getting a nice alignment. Very nice. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale. Let's walk it up, but round through the spine. Rounding one vertebrae up at a time before you bring that crown of the head up over the tailbone. Very nice. Releasing those shoulders down and back. Just to go ahead and start to quiet the mind again, quieting the nervous system before we get ready for that final relaxation pose. I want you to go ahead and just draw little tiny circles to the right with your head. So your eyes can start to close here. Now if you start to feel dizzy, by all means do not do this. You can just stretch either shoulder. And then slowly start to make those circles bigger. Really feeling, so never taking an arch in the neck back, but definitely rounding forward, drawing that chin into the chest. I like to imagine myself making a red circle here that resonates with that root chakra, that Muladhara. Very nice. On your next exhale, let's make little circles to the left. Very nice. Just breathing. Maybe making those circles bigger now. Again, I like to imagine like a red glow stick here that I'm making these big circles with. So it's glowing, it's bright. Very nice. Start to make them a little bit smaller. Coming in a little bit smaller. A little bit more until we bring that head back into a neutral position. Very nice. Let's go ahead. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, let's twist over to that right side. Keep that tailbone in line with the crown of the head. Gaze looks over that back shoulder. Just a gentle spinal twist here, helping out the digestive system. Maybe giving the organs there in the belly a nice little massage as we twist. Inhale, coming through to center, drawing that right hand to left knee, taking that left hand back behind. Again, chest lifts. Very nice. Inhaling, coming back to center. For our shoulders here, I want you to just go ahead, taking your hands in. So interlace the fingers. Inhale, exhale, rounding through the back, through the shoulders. Inhale, coming back up, drawing the palms into that heart center. Nice tall spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, drawing it in. Very nice. Beautiful job. Exhale, release. Inhale, drawing it in. This time, I want you to make little fists. Keep the fists together. And I want you to, kind of like you're rowing here with the elbows, but nice and slow, nice and controlled. You can act like you're wading through the waters on the beach here. Just rounding, rolling through those shoulders. So really feeling that rotation through that shoulder girdle here. Go ahead and release your hands down at your sides. We're going to go ahead and draw those knees together here, just working into the abdominals before we come down. So we're going to release, drawing those heels out. Hands can either come down or be at our sides here. And we're going to draw the knee into that left hip straight. Exhale, right hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to left. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Coming into those obliques. Beautiful job. Inhale, and this time I want you to lower. 3, 2, 1. Drawing those knees in. So heels are going to come towards our glutes here. Again, windshield wiper right to left, drawing those arms out into a T. I want you to keep those palms up though, drawing the energy in, having that lively energy, so awakening that body from what we just did. Come back to center on your inhale, exhale, draw those knees into the chest. This time you can go ahead, give yourself that big hug around the knees here. Try to keep the big toes together. Let's not crisscross or stack them here. So big toes are side by side. Very nice. I like to rock on the spine here. Again, that chance to just release any of that tension we're holding on to. Rocking side to side. And then I want you, for your last pose, again, for that root chakra, we're going to come up into a happy baby. So drop the knees down at your sides. Reach up for the sides of the feet here. And just let those hips open up. Let the back relax down. Very nice. Maybe rocking side to side. One more big breath. On the exhale, draw those knees back in. Give yourself one more big hug. Very nice. On that exhale, releasing those feet down to the bottom of the mat. Hands are at our sides, coming into Shavasana, which I know is a well-deserved dessert here for this practice. drawing awareness at the back side of the body relaxes more into the mat here. So really relax those shoulder blades into the earth. Feeling the hips sink lower. The backs of the arms relax. Not even so much the legs and the arms, but even the face here. Feeling the eyes soften or close. The eyeballs start to relax. Very nice. So just feeling your breath here. Maybe imagining a red light encompassing or blowing around your body here. On the inhale, that glow starts to shrink, and on the exhale, glowing brighter, the red expands out from the body here. And inhale, drawing it back into the center of the body. So we have that red light here to recognize our root chakra. Grounding down. Again, we're releasing the heaviness that we sometimes carry with us. Let's go ahead and start to draw some movement back into the fingers and toes here by wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers softly. When you're ready, you can draw the knees in, rolling over to your right side, maybe criggling your head here in your arm or in your hand, and just taking a couple breaths here to help reset. Maybe draw your breath back into that normal breathing pattern, so shortening that inhale and exhale that you might have been practicing throughout your yoga practice today. When you're ready, let's go ahead, press back up to a seated position here. I like to close every yoga practice out with drawing our hands to heart center here, so our thumbs touching our sternum. The light in me honors and sees and respects the light within each and every one of you. And it is with great gratitude that I am honored to share this root and grounding flow with you today. Namaste. See you next time, friends. Thanks for joining me.